Good afternoon, guys. Josh here from the Hampshire Business Show, which is taking place on Thursday, the 14th of October at the Ageas Bowl Stadium in Southampton. I'm really excited today. I'm joined by Mr. Adam Myers, who is a brilliant guy. He's the Director of HR Consulting at Stellamar, which he's going to tell us all about in a second. But I'm incredibly excited to have Adam and his company at the show because also as well, I think Adam's a really he provides some really good insight into the world of people. And we're going to talk about that in a sec. So, Adam, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me, Josh. How are you? All right?
I'm awesome, mate. Always great to see you as well. So I think a good place to start, Adam, is can you tell us a bit more about Stellamar and what you guys do?
Yeah, of course. So Stellamar, we've been in business now for about 5 years. We are an employment solutions business. So we do two things. We do recruitment, and we generally work in the sort of ultra high net worth and hospitality markets, as well as sort of like technical markets. So quite niche in what we do. I actually head up the HR services part of the business, and obviously HR services, just that we look after all sorts of businesses, mainly SMEs, and we outsource their HR to us. So right from helping people with finding people, hiring plans, right through the employee journey to sometimes having to get rid of people.
And it's a good point, because when you say there, outsource your HR, do you find that's only smaller businesses, or the bigger businesses do that as well?
Yeah, I mean, we get a mix. I think sometimes when businesses are smaller, they think, oh, we don't need to be doing that now. We don't need to be doing this. And, they worry when they've only got 2 or 3 employees. Unfortunately, the law doesn't discriminate whether you have 1 employee or 101 employees. You need to be doing stuff with people. And again, I always say to people, whether you've got 1 or 2 or 3 employees, they all got hopes, dreams, needs, wants, and issues that sometimes need dealing with. So I don't think you're ever too small to take on an HR business. I guess most people think about it when they get to about 4 or 5 people upwards. And some of our clients have 100 people. So, all sides of it, really. The way I look at it is, good HR needs to be about making sure that you're forward thinking and looking after people and facilitating people and your business hand in hand. That's how I think the two things go.
But I think I can kind of, I suppose, be an advocate of that, because, me and you have had kind of conversations around some HR topics. And I think when you say from an employer's standpoint, be forward thinking and thinking kind of into the future rather than I suppose what it looks like in the echo chamber, I can wholeheartedly say that it's absolutely right. But I think one thing what I admire about you, Adam, is, and I suppose especially over the last few months, is actually your LinkedIn videos. Now, let me tell you why, because, don't get me wrong, lots of people post lots of videos on LinkedIn about all their different focus areas and stuff like that. But one thing I like about yours is you bring up topics that a lot of people would tiptoe around. If I'm being completely honest, you think, you get those topics, you think, oh, it's safer to not talk about it. So can you give me some insight into why that's so important from my HR perspective, and I suppose where you kind of get the ideas for these videos?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I think sometimes you've got to be careful not to sort of use a hammer to crack a nut with these things. But the problem is it doesn't matter what size business you are. If you're hiring people, any issues can affect you, And I think it's about prevention being the cure. Nobody wants to be in a situation where, and we don't even really like, being in a situation where we have to go in and put fires out, So I think the idea around talking about things, so at the moment, a lot of things we're talking about is things like diversity, things about what to do with workplace testing for COVID, what to do with things about vaccinations. And I'm not doing those things to be controversial, but it's really more a case of if you think about them now and you have a plan for them now, then they won't become a problem. And the problems are usually more expensive than by just putting in the right policies and procedures, really. So I think when I work with our clients, we talk about these things naturally, and I say, what do you think about this? What do you think about this? And what are you doing about this? And of course, 9 times out of 10, they haven't thought about that, and that's the need for us, really. I mean, I've been quoted as saying this a few times. I get people know they've got to have a handbook, people know they've got to have policies, people know they've got to have a contract, although there are hundreds of thousands that still don't do that. That's the easy bit to get done. I think what's all the added value stuff, and it tends to be the stuff that I've started talking about on the LinkedIn videos. And just to answer the bit you said about where I get the ideas, it's genuinely what I think about over the week is I get a lot of calls and a lot of conversations about certain stuff. you know, as I'm sure you do, I do lots of networking. I talk to my clients a lot. I'm in lots of business groups, and I tend to take a temperature around what people are talking about and then bring that to my LinkedIn audience, really. So seems to be working all right. So thanks for saying they're good.
It's honestly, it's awesome. But also as well, I think, you know, one thing that I suppose stuck out for me when, you know, because, you know, we've been working together for a while now, is one thing you said to me, you know, when we're kind of starting to grow out our team, and I think with our first hire, is you said it's a great time now to be talking to someone like you, because it's like what you said there about going in and putting out fires, you know, is like, and you said, you know, sometimes it's kind of 5 employees up, but do you think there is a benefit in, from day dot, when you're thinking about bringing more people into the organisation, that it's a great idea, because it's almost a start as you mean to go on scenario, if that makes sense?
Yeah, absolutely. And I know that you're an advocate of this because we've been having these sort of conversations. But the way I look at it is, what is the point of putting into place your employee culture, working out what your employee brand is, thinking about things like objectives, thinking about who you're hiring? Why are you thinking about that when you've got to 10, 12, 14 people? Why aren't you thinking that when you make your first hire? I know that sounds front loaded, but then if you look for people that are your culture and that buy into your objectives and your future and what you're going to be like in the business, they will grow with you. And many times people do all of this stuff, get them all in place, and go, well, actually, none of our people are like us. And you think, well, that's because you didn't do all of this good stuff before you start making the hires. And, you know, I know that does make it sound like I'm saying, oh, you know, hire HR as soon as you're going to hire one person. But really, you know, probably from working with me, I get so passionate about it, and I want it because I think if you harness that sort of stuff and you harness the power of sort of like, you know, just being good and understanding people and actually bringing people on in the right way and understanding what you want and what you don't want, it is so powerful and will save you a ton of money. Because again, the other end of the coin, sometimes we are going into working in businesses and helping businesses let go of people, you know.
Yeah.
The amount of times I say to people, well, you know, they've been here 2 years, how did that happen? And the business owners go, I don't know really. And I just find it mind blowing that actually, you know, I always say, if you go and buy a new car, you know, you wouldn't just go out and test drive it. You would test drive it. You'd look under the bonnet. You'd get the RSA to come and look at it and that stuff. Yeah, we don't seem to do all that when we hire people. So I always find that a little bit like,
that's
your biggest asset, and you're not really being careful how you screen and bring in. So
it's a really good point. It's a really good point. And are you looking forward to the fair?
Yeah, I thought we were calling it a business show.
Oh yeah, well, fair business show, same thing, really, isn't it?
I think it's going to be a great show. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to the guests, and you know, we're looking forward. Last time we came along, we were very much on the periphery, and now I know that we've got in nice and early and got a really good spot, and you know, we're already thinking about some creative stuff that we can do to get sort of engage people, and you know, because you know, I'm quite passionate at these things. I think you can easily just sit there today and let people come to you, but I think you know, we need to be doing stuff that's going to engage people and want to get people to come and talk to us. So yeah, we're already thinking about what we can do there.
For sure. But no, guys, if you want to meet Adam and his team at the Hampshire Business Show, if I remember quite off the top of my head, they're going to be next to the keynote stage, near the main keynote stage in the main expo hall. Adam will be on hand. I highly recommend a conversation with him and his team. They're incredible what they do. That is from experience as well. So, guys, if you've not registered for your free ticket yet, head straight up to hampshirebusinessshow.com, completely free to attend. Thursday, the 14th of October. Get the date in your diaries. Adam, thank you so much for your time. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you. And I'll see you all soon. Take care.